Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and possible viewers of this video. Thank you for come watching Automation Works, and not just what Automation Works can do for you, but what Automation Works can do for the future. The future of you, the future of your children, and the future of our world. My name is Odendal Streicher, Odendal Streicher by my friends. I'm a first term student here at Automation Works. My project is a portable spring action snare trap that is humane and safe for wildlife to capture them. My motivation, I really love animals, and I really want to do a trap that would not hurt them in any way. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to protect our heritage. It is because it is our duty, and because they're so damn cute. Problem statement. Today's traps are too big, too unwieldy, too dangerous, too complicated. My trap is easy to use, extremely portable, and it's not dangerous at all. And other traps are known to cause injuries like limb loss, blood loss, infections, and death, while my trap will not do any of those injuries. And the trap is known to cause these injuries. Other traps are known to cause these injuries both to humans and the animals. Now, pets, wildlife, and everything in between. Now then, my design, like I said, is safe, portable, easy to use spring trap, able to capture animals from 3 to 7 kilograms with a foot span of 1.5 centimeters to the medium large animals with 100 to 300 kilograms with a foot span of 13 centimeters. And before anyone asks, yes, we'll be adding a spike in the ground to make sure this thing doesn't walk away with a trap. Now then, from herbivores to carnivores, from the endangered to the exotic, if you're like me and believe in such a thing, from pests to pets, and everything in between, my trap will be ensured to secure and restrain their target animal in their natural environment. Project background research. My design was inspired by by multiple YouTube videos. That is a how to do it yourself homemade snare trap using a Coke can and spring. This trap is mostly used in India to capture a range of small birds that includes pigeons, parrots, chickens, and even birds of prey. Through my research, I have employed the basics of this trap to my own design to catch a much larger range of animals like you saw in the previous slide. Project design. This is then my sketches, lots of drawing, erasing, and redrawing. Bill of materials. Here you can see all the products I bought and the price. It was a very interesting shopping day that was. Product structure modeling. The main things is the main body, the moving parts, and the point fixed hardware. We have the connecting body, the pillars, the hook, and then the moving parts is the cable, wool-covered cable, the rotor that collects the rope, and the spring. And the point fixed hardware is the bolt, the nuts, and the screws and fillets, and the plates. Here is the 3D modeling thanks to Fusion 360. Very good for that. Project testing. In the testing of the project, I've discovered multiple problems in the first testing. For example, the spring type. It was a struggle to find the right type of spring, but thank goodness to the help here, I managed to go for a clock spring, but that was good for going around the axis. I had to put an extra part to ensure the rope goes over the rotor, thanks to the CEO boss for giving me that idea. Change the wire to a cable for the snare for flexibility, and had to put a wool coating around the cable for softness and softness for cuddly creatures, and find out I need thin out the body to save on cost. Thank you, Nick, for that idea. Testing. We tested on a few chickens from Odie's excellent egg farm. Great eggs, by the way. I have to say that because he is the sponsor of the design. The hens were extremely mad for being tested on, but were well compensated for their efforts. The testing was successful in restraining and securing the test subjects. Margaret got captured. Sally then got captured. And after they get captured, they realized they get corn. Margaret realized, get trapped in the trap, get corn, boom. So she went again in the trap, and boom, she got caught, boom, she got more corn. Ethical consideration. Park rangers can use this trap to capture possibly endangered and rare animal species, and the trap will hold them there until the park rangers arrive and remove the creature to a much safer environment. Farmers can use this to protect their livestock, the bread and butter, from carnivores without spilling a single drop of blood. Technical difficulties. Like I said, most of the problems were finding the right spring type, finding a place that sells aluminium, finding an aluminium welding machine because we did not have one there down in the shop, and finding the right wire or cable that is strong enough, yet flexible and soft. Technical successes. Instead of using an extension spring, I used a clock spring. I abandoned the aluminium plates and went for aluminium square tubing instead because there was an supply for those. Instead of welding the aluminium together, me and Nick instead used plates, rivets and screws to fix them together. It was like sewing them together. And for the snare, I used a soft bike cable from a bike shop there in Swellendam with a wool coating for softness and cuddliness for the animals. Lessons learned. The one thing I have learned that designing a thing, planning a thing, and then building a thing is 3 different things, each one more harder than the last thing. I had to learn Fusion 360 modeling, 3D printing, and metal cutting and welding, and how to argue properly and give a meaningful discussion, how to summarize better because I am very slow writing and drawing, and that was a very big fail, and how to manage my time better. My activity log, as you can see here, how I spent my time. The theory was the learning stage. Then we have the tutorial project. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever do a tutorial project, do not use a card piston. It was horrifying, it was long, it was confusing, yet extremely exciting to see how everything works. But like I said, it was long, it was hard. And then we have the design project. Thanks to Nick and everyone who helped me, I managed to save a lot of time on it. And then the personal and professional development, thanks to JC, where we learn our social skills and how to argue with my sister better. Yes. And then we have Automation Works next door, where we work for David and for the rest next door. If they needed anything, we were there to help. We were unpaid interns, slaves. Next door.
That didn't get you.
Basically, if they say jump, you don't ask how high, you just jump and pray it was the right height. And then there was a tiny extra bit where we tested our clothes that was sponsored by the automation company by Tani Chopi and the CEO of the company, and Tani Elmri. Thank you very much for our shirts. We love them very much. Acknowledgement from JC for helping me grow my social skills and like I said, helping me win an argument with my sister. I won, 1 score for me, yes. Tony Ellery for keeping us up to date and being like a mother to me and my comrades. Nick for helping me finish the design and building it. There he is. There he is. And for Benny for helping me make a few of the parts, the final parts. There he is. Melbourne, he is a worker down there in a workshop. Thanks to David, I met him and he helped me finish the welding process. And David and the rest of the staff of automation, like the CEO of the company who gave me fine pointers in finishing the design. And lastly, for chickens for letting me test them. They are still mad, but I just give them corn, then they're happy. Here is the portable spring action snare trap poster with my future company's logo if everything goes to plan. You can see it there on the wall if you want to read all of this information. Now ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the evolution of this trap. I like to work backwards. I first build the thing, then I make a sketch. You can see a Lego design of it. It is there on the table. Then the sketch, the prototype, and the final product. I will give you quickly a demonstration of the product. Thank you, Nick, for your help. The soft snare. Just put it right there. We put this on a game trail of an animal. The animal comes walking. Ooh, I'm a buck, I'm walking down the trail. And then he steps, and he is captured and contained and restrained. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a free running snare. The animal will pull, it will get tight, but if he relaxes, the snare will relax, and that will continue the blood flow. Normal snares would stop the blood flow and rotten off the limb. My snare will not cause that. Easy safety for the animal. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen, and to the viewers. Any questions or comments about my presentation or my design? Anything good or bad, anything is welcome. Nothing. Yes, good sir. Slaver.
Ek wil gaan net hoor, die ontwerp wat jy het daar, so wat jy tans geoefen het, hoekom het jy besluit om soontoe te gaan, en het jy aan enige ander type ontwerpe gedink, of was dit net die ene van die begin af?
Die was die oorspronkelijke een. I was planning on putting an extension spring around this axis, but thanks to the wisdom of Nick, you would said the spring would break. I was planning on making this flat plate so that it won't knock over, but thanks again to Nick, he said that with this axis here, it would not knock over easily. So I went for the more thinner to save on cost. And he said that I can lower this area so that as well to save on cost, and so that the animals wouldn't see this so easily. And I was worried about the coloring of this coating and the scent of the aluminium, because if metal gets wet, I was frightened of the scent. But thanks to my comrades, especially Mr. Kunarod, he said that with all the plant scent, the animals will not smell the metal. So I'm extremely grateful there with that. We are going to put a nice coloring painting on it to camouflage it. But yes, this was actually the main design, and I just kept going with that design because this was my idea. I don't like to change the idea, I just like to improve the idea. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a
Yes,
question
sir?
here. You say you couldn't get aluminium. Did you ever think of going next door? we built everything out of aluminium.
I did not realize they were selling aluminium. My teachers did not inform me about that. Any question? Yes, good
can you
sir.
please go to your bomb for me?
The which one, sir?
The bill of materials.
Materials. There we are, sir.
So you've got your cost and your total cost. What's the difference?
This was a, I did not use, we had a 2 meter aluminium plate and a 2 meter aluminium pole. I did not use the entirety of the 2 meter. Spring aluminium height 2 meters, that cost me 150. The amount I used only cost me 5.49 cents.
Okay,
5 rand 49 cents. Does that answer your question, good sir? Thank you for the questioning, sir. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? It could be good, it could be bad. Anything is welcome. Yes, madam.
Kan ons verstel.
Yes, madam. I will talk to the CEO. We might put this into production for your usage. And if you are wondering, this is a medium-sized trap, smaller size for smaller animals like kitty cat, and then we are going for a larger model for elephants, rhinos, and giraffes. And like I said, this trap is mostly made for their safety and comfort. Is that all? Then, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for lending me your time, and thank you for coming seeing what automation can do for the future.